Inshallah, we will learn 3 ayats of Surah Luqman today. Ayat number 17, 18, and 19. These 3 ayats are the instructions and advices and commands that Luqman, who is a righteous and pious man, he is giving to his son to do certain things and not to do certain things. So inshallah we'll do a simple translation first, and then we'll go and do a detailed understanding of the verses, vocabulary, and some grammar also. So the ayat number 17 starts with the word Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ya Bunayya. So this is the word that we have discussed in the past, that this is the way Luqman is addressing his son by saying, "Oh my dear lovely son, Aqimis salata, establish the prayer, Wa'amur bil ma'arufi, and enjoin or command what is the right thing to do, Wanha anil munkari, and also forbid from what is wrong, Wasbir ala ma asabaka." And obviously when you do the amr bil ma'ruf and nahi anil munkar, then the difficulties of the from the other people will fall upon you. The situation will become very difficult. Whatever befalls you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through the tongue of Luqman is telling his son, "Wasbir, have patience, be patient, whatever befalls upon you." Then after that a general statement is made that all these things are not easy to do. Aqimis salata is a very regular thing, and I'll explain what Aqimis salata is. And Amr bil Maruf and Nahi anil Munkar are very difficult tasks. So when you commit to accomplish these things, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling through the tongue, Inna dhalika min azmil umur. These things, indeed, all these things are the matter or affair of firmness, determination. So you must have the determination and firmness if you want to accomplish these things. Then in the ayat number 18, his advice continues. Now here he is talking about the personal behavior of a person, and in this case he is talking to his son. Wala tusa'ir khaddaka linnas. Now this is a kind of idiom and muhabra, and he's saying, do not turn your cheek away or in scorn against the people. So do not show all the time from your face that you are an angry person all the time. You have a behavior all the time. So this is one way of saying that be humble, be polite, be kind towards the people. Then the other thing he is advising, Wala tamshi fil ardi maraha. And do not walk on the earth showing the arrogance, because the walk of a person is a representative of his politeness, humbleness, or his arrogance. So when you walk and you meet people, show the humbleness, don't show any arrogance. So he's telling them. Then he's saying now, Inna Allaha, indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, La yuhibbu, he does not love, he does not like, he does not appreciate, Kulla, every person or any person, Mukhtalin fakhur, the one who is a braggart or a boaster. And we'll look into more details of these words. Then he continues his advice to his son by saying, the next is, Waqsid fi mashyika. So when you walk, be moderate in your walk. Waghdud min sautika, keep your voice low. Do not scream, shout, show anger to the people all the time. Then he is giving an example. Inna ankaral aswati, indeed the harshest, the worst of the sounds is la sautul hamir, is the sound or the voice of the donkeys. So when donkeys scream, it is not a very polite sound. So he is reminding him that do not act like the voice of an animal who just screams all the time. So these are the last 3 ayats of Luqman alayhi salam. He was a righteous man giving advice to his son. So with that we will go inshallah to the beginning. But here in these 3 ayats, 2 rules of Arabic vocabulary and grammar are repeating a lot. So I want to point out those 2 rules. So as the words come along, it will be easy for us to understand. The first rule that is repeating here again and again in these ayats is the rule of preposition in English and called harf-jar in Arabic. What is a preposition in English? So if you have these words, for example, on, above, in, and there are several of that, with. These words in English are called prepositions. And what is the function of these? Is that they define the position of 2 objects with respect to one another. For example, if I say, the book is on the table, I'm defining the position of the book with respect to the table. So the word on is used for that one. It's very important when the language develops that however the language develops, it should be spoken and understood accordingly. Otherwise, if I say the book is in the table or book is with the table, that's a wrong use of the preposition. So, and this is how the language develops. So in order to correctly use the prepositions, we should know the language properly. In Arabic, the same preposition is called harf-jar. Now, harf-jar, for example, on can be ala, and there are many meanings of that also, ala. Above also, fi means in. Be, ba with a kasra means with, and there are many of those. So when these words come in the Arabic vocabulary, the proper preposition, which is called the harf-jar, should be used. If you use wrong harf-jar, the meaning will change. And in the Quran, these things are fixed because Quran's language has been fixed. So so we will be seeing quite a few in these 3 ayats, these harf-jar, and only those huruf-jar should be used. If you use a wrong one, for example, if I say, I write with the pen, if I use a wrong word and I'm saying I am writing on the pen, it is wrong statement. So harf-jar are preposition in English. Now harf-jar do one more thing. Harf-jar, ala, fi, bi, and there are several of those. When they come before a noun, and let's take the example of a noun. A word kitabun is a noun. Now you will see that sometimes in 2 dhammas or 2 pesh on the last letter, pronouncing the kitabun, and sometimes because of the form of the sentence, you will see 1 pesh or 1 dhamma, kitabu. As soon as the harf-jar comes before this noun, for example, fi means in. So if I am using the word fi kita, the harf-jar will change this to kasra or zir. So you will have to pronounce fi kitabi. If there were 2 dhammas here or 2 peshes, then it will be 2 kasras. So you have to pronounce fi kitabin. If you pronounced fi kitabun, you are speaking the wrong Arabic language. So it's very important that while we are reading the Quran, we should focus on the correct pronunciation based on how the last letter has the harkat on it. So whenever you see fi and you still read fi kitabun, you're reading the wrong way. Okay. So anyway, so that is a rule today. It is going to come many times in some of these words. So we will focus when we get there. The second thing that I want to point it out is that it's repeating very much in today's 3 ayats. And the rule is that I want to explain a little bit in more details. If I have these 3 letters, fa, ain, and lam, and these letters are used to understand the grammatical construct of the language, and the meaning of these 3 is to do. Now I'm going to add one letter. First of all, I'm going to add a letter ya in the beginning of these 3 letters and pronounce as yaf, a, and last letter I'm going to write down a pesh or dhamma which is on the lam. When I make a grammar like this one, the meaning of this is a third person he and present tense he does. Now, if I change this ya by a ta and keep everything same and pronounce as tafu alu, this is the grammar of second person you do. Okay, and lastly I'm going to write down an alif in the beginning and keep rest of the 3 letters same. Af alu, and this means I do. Okay, so what I want to point out here is that he third person, you second person, and I as a first person are represented by ya, ta, and alif, these 3 letters. Rest of the sound of the word is exactly same. Especially need to pay attention on the last letter of this, which is lam, that has a pesh, dhamma, pesh, dhamma, pesh, dhamma there. Okay, so these are the 3 vocabulary grammar of these things. Now, what I want to point out is that if I take these 2, okay, this is you do, this is I do here. Okay, so it is between you and me. If I want to tell you something, do, which means I am the one who is issuing a command to you, telling you you do something. So the command for that is do. Okay, do is an order, do is a command, do is a amr, fail amr, which means I am telling you do it. Okay, what is the form of that? What we do, we take the same 3 letters, but this time last letter we change by a sukoon, and we put an alif in the beginning and we put a kasra under that. If al, okay, so what happened, very important thing that I want to point out as we go through these verses is that when you want to issue an order, you want to give a command to someone, you want to tell someone do it, then on the last letter of the 3 letters it will be a sukoon or a jazm. Here last letter has dhammas, but once you see last letter as a sukoon, that means that word is a command going out. Someone is telling someone, I'm telling you to do something. So, and then based on the harakat of the, in some 3 letters, middle letter may have fatah, in some other 3 letters, middle letter may have a kasra or dhamma. Based on that, this sound will also change. But the important thing today to remember is that as soon as you see this last letter of the 3 as the sukoon or a jazm, that means this is a command. These are not commands. These are just simple statement. I do, you do, he does. But if two people are telling each other, if I'm telling you to do something, this is the grammatical structure of that. So keep this in mind. We will be coming again and again here with that thing. Okay, with that, some background. Let's do a bit detailed breakdown. The word Ya Bunayya. I have done this many times. Letter Ya, and alif is a harf nida which is used to call someone. If you want to draw the attention of someone, first you say Ya. Ya means in English, oh. Oh my brother, oh my son, oh my mother. So whenever you want to address some person, you use the word Ya before that. After that is the word Bunayya. Bunayya is, Ibn is a son, Bani is son. When this kind of construction is made, a lot of love is added in there. So when Luqman is saying to his son, Ya Bunayya, he is not only saying my son, he's saying, oh my lovely son, oh my dear son, oh my best son. So he is putting so much love towards the statement addressing his son, because when you address someone with a lot of love and understanding, that person's attention is drawn to you and he would listen to you. So Luqman is calling Ya Bunayya, oh my dear lovely son. Okay, now let's move on to the other words after that. After calling him, now he start telling him something. So first thing he tells is, Aqimis Salat. Understand that word. The root letters of the next word are Qaf, Waw, and Mim. The meaning is that to stand up, or just to stand. Okay. Now these are three letters, and three letters are represented by a group of words which is called Fa'ala, because Fa and Lam have three letters. So any three letters of Arabic language will belong to this category. We make in Arabic, in every language, bigger words are made that have more than three letters. And there are certain rules how bigger letters can be made. One group of the bigger letter is made by putting an alif in the beginning. This alif has nothing to do with the command. This is just I'm making a 4-letter word. So this will become alif, qaf, waw, and mim. Okay. The sound of this is af'ala. So this will become aqwa ma, and waw with the fatha has the sound of alif. So this becomes the word aqama. The meaning of this word is different. The meaning of this word is to establish something. Here you are standing by yourself, but aqama is that you are establishing something. And we will see the beauty of this word when we combine with the next word. So just keep in mind, the meaning of this word is to establish. And we will move on from there. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a command here. The command is made, as I said, by putting a sukoon on the last letter. Okay, so this is the way the command is. Alif will be there, this alif, and qaf will be there, and mim, last letter, will have a sukoon on it, and this alif here is a weak letter, is a harf illat. We don't pronounce, we don't write. So this will become aqim. The important thing is last letter has a mim. This is a command. I'm telling you, establish. Establish means make something which is very stable, something that benefits a lot of people. So that is the word aqim. So keep that word in mind because we are going to combine this with the next word. So aqim is a command and together it is written this way. Aqim. Aqim is an order, is a command, establish. Now, the next word starts with the root letters swad, lam and waw. The meaning of these three letters is to pray. Okay. The activity of praying is called salat, which is written this way. The full swad has a fatah, lam has a fatah, and in short alif is written, and the sound is solah. Waw is not pronounced, it is only written in this one. The last letter is a round ta, which is called ta marbuta, and it has two dhammas or two pesh on it. So the pronunciation of this word is salatun. In Usmani script, that's how it is written. This waw is written, it is not pronounced. The meaning of this word is prayer. Okay. Prayer is salatun. Also, I want to point out that in journal, if the last letter is the round ta, which is round ta here, that is typically a feminine word. So that is besides the point. But salatun means prayer. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put al before that. The meaning of al is the. Okay, so it becomes the prayer. Two things will happen. When al is added, two things will happen. First of all, al removes one dhamma or one pesh, so this becomes ta with one dhamma. Again, the swad and lam, whenever the combination of these two letters in the tajweed comes together, then the swad is known as a shamsi letter. It kills the sound of lam and it doubles up its own sound. So the pronunciation is as-salatu. Alif combines with the swad, lam is not pronounced, it is only written there without any harakat. So it is as-salah, don't pronounce the waw. Tu. As-salatu means the prayer. Okay. Now, this word is aqim. This word is as-salatu. Now, when we combine these two words together to make a small sentence, the English sentence will be establish the prayer. Aqim means establish, and this word is the prayer. So the English word is establish the prayer. This is a command. I'm issuing a command to you, establish the prayer. English is simple. Every word, establish remained established, the remain the, prayer remain prayer. The sound of the word doesn't change. In Arabic, it does happen the other way around. What will happen? Let's look in there. First of all, this is a noun. As-salatu is a noun. And this is a verb. Okay? Establish is a verb, verbal statement. So when a noun comes after the verb, it is the object of the noun. It is the maf'ul of the noun. Just like in English, we have subject and object. Object is something where work is being done on. So the work is being done on the as-salatu. As soon as this word is Arabic defined as a maf'ul or object, first thing happens is that we take the last letters dhamma and pesh and change to a fatah. So it becomes as-salata. First thing. Second thing is that this word is aqim and this is now as-salata. Both words are there. Now one more thing will happen. The reciter will come. The qari will say that in order to pronounce, I want to combine these two words. So if he says aqim as-salata, the sound will break in between. So what he does, he changes this last letters to a zair, and he pronounces aqim as-salata, continuation of the word together. Okay, so that's the reason you will see in the Quran that there is a kasra here. Originally it was a sukoon because this is a command, establish, but for the recitation purpose we change this to a kasra so we can combine aqi mis-salata. That's the word. Now these are the meaning. What's the meaning of aqi mis-salata? What's the meaning of establish the prayer? Quran is saying here to you through the tongue of Luqman that it is not good enough just to pray your own prayer and go home. Establish the prayer in the society. How to establish the prayer? You have to make the masajid. You have to train the people, teach the people how to perform the prayer. You have to invite the people in the Muslim and others in the society to come and pray in the masjid, to establish these madrasas so people can learn, children and adults can learn how to read properly, what to say correctly in the salat. So all those activities are called establishing the prayer. Aqim as-salat. So when you see the word in the Quran, aqim as-salat, it doesn't mean that you just pray at home or somewhere else and you're done. You have to strive, you have to struggle to make a society where the salat becomes existing, regular, and a phenomena where everybody goes to masjid, prays there, learns how to pray correctly, teaches other, and all kinds of activities to happen is aqim as-salata. And this is a lifelong process. It doesn't happen that you can do, okay, I'm done with the aqim as-salata. You have to continue your struggle towards establishing the prayer in the society. So, Ya bunayya aqim as-salata, oh my son, work hard towards establishing the prayer in the society. Okay, number one. Then he goes to the next word. He says, wa'amur bil ma'arufi. So let's understand these two words, what he is saying there. The letter waw with a fataha means and. Okay. So he is continuing his statement. After saying one thing, he wants to say the second thing, and this waw will do that job. Now, the root letters are alif, which is actually hamza, and mim and ra. The meaning of these three letters is to order someone, to issue a command, to tell someone to do something. Okay, these are the meaning of these three letters. The first thing I want to make is a command, order. And order is that do. So in English it will be order. Okay, or a command. Okay, what's the rule here? The rule is that the last letter should have a sukoon on it. One. So let's put a sukoon on the last letter. Okay, and then you combine these three. Okay, and it will be pronounced o, and I'm going to change this in a second. O mur. Okay, because mim in these three letters is carrying a dhamma, and because of this alif is carrying a dhamma, so the word o'omur, if I tell you o'omur, which means I'm ordering you to do something. I'm telling you, issue an order, issue a command, go and tell someone to do something. Okay, so that is the meaning of o'omur. Now, Qari will say, I want to read this with a waw here, which is and. Now, what will happen is that when you combine these two to recite, alif being a weak letter, don't pronounce. So waw will be pronounced with this sukoon on hamza. So this will become, if I just take this one and move back here, that's the way it becomes now. Okay, and this is pronounced wo mur. So alif just left outside. Okay, wa mur. So this you can say it this way. You can pronounce it this way. Wa mur. That's how it is written. This thing is just written on top of this vertical line, which is not pronounced like this. Wa'amur, and order someone. So he's saying, first thing you do, aqimis salata. Go and establish the prayer. Second thing he's saying, wa'amur, go and order someone to do something. What to order? Bil ma'arufi. So in Arabic and very much in the speeches you will hear Amr bil Maruf and Nahi anil Munkar. These are the tasks of a Muslim person, that he should tell others to do good things and he should forbid others from doing the bad things. This phenomena, this procedure is called Amr bil Maruf and Nahi anil Munkar. He is commanding the same thing. Order or tell people or advise the people or go and preach of goodness. Al-Maruf is goodness. So let's follow the next word. So Arafa are the root letters, Ain, Ra and Fa. Arafa, this has many meanings, Ta'arif and Ta'aruf, all those. The word Ma'arufun is the full word. Ma'arufun means a good act or good thing. That has multiple meanings actually. One of the meanings is that something which is customary in the society is ma'aruf. A ma'aruf also means good thing, good activity. So this is the meaning we are going to use here. Ma'aruf, full word is always with the two dhammas. Ma'arufun. Right thing to do, righteous thing, good activity is called ma'aruf. Full word is ma'rufun. The first thing we do, put an al before that. Al will bring the meaning of the. Al ma'aruf, always al takes out one dhamma at the last letter, so it becomes al ma'arufu. Al ma'arufu means something good activity. Now, as I said to you that we have to put a letter which is called harf-jar in the beginning, B. And here the meaning of the B will be off. As I mentioned, that harf-jar looks at the last letter and changes dhamma to a kasra. And then you pronounce now, combine this B with the lam, ignore the sound of alif. And so alif will have a small swad on it, which means don't read it. It's a hamzatul wasl now. So bil ma'arufi. Okay, it's in the Quran. You just combine ba with the lam and pronounce with the lam and leave alif there. Bil ma'arufi, of the goodness, of the right thing. So wa'amur, and command and tell people and go and order people or advise people of what? Good things. So this is a responsibility, a duty is being put on the person, that go and do amr bil maruf. Go and command. Not only that you practice the good thing, goodness, but you teach others to practice good things. So that is amr bil maruf. The opposite of that, which you are supposed to forbid, is the next word, and that is wanha anil munkari. So let's read that three together, and first we'll break down each one of them. So again, after that, the letter waw means and. Now The next word is made of these three letters, noon, ha, and ya. Nahi. And the meaning of this is to forbid. Forbid means to tell somebody not to do. When you forbid something, you're saying, don't do it. So that is the meaning of noon, ha, and ya, to forbid. The first thing we want to do is, we want to make a command. Again, we'll keep making commands here. And the rule of making the command is that first thing you do is last letter you put sukoon on that. Okay? It'll be just that. Okay? Then you take these three letters and you put an alif in there. Okay? Put a fatah on that. Anha. Anha ya. Okay? So this is a command so far. Okay? Now this last letter is a weak letter. We just drop that, we don't pronounce it, okay, and join this with the waw here. And again, when you combine waw with the noon, this alif is not pronounced, so it becomes one ha. That's exactly the word in the Quran. It's together is written as one alif with the swad, don't pronounce, noon with the ha, one ha. And forbid, the meaning is here, and forbid, okay, one ha. Next word is anil munkari, forbid from doing what? Let's look at the next word. Nakara, noon, kaf, and ra. Nakara. Nakara means something which is wrong, and there are many words that we know from that. Inkar, munkir, something which is negative. Okay, so that is the nakara. The sound is munkirun. Munkirun is something which is wrong. Munkirun is the full word. Always last letter will have two dhammas, two pesh. Munkirun means something which is wrong. Then you put al before that. Al will remove one dhamma and will become al munkiru, the wrong thing. Okay? So now when you speak English, you say forbid from doing the wrong thing. So we have to bring the meaning of from. This word an does the same thing. An is from, but going away from something. So wanha anil munkari. Okay, again, an is a harf jar, so this will change to kasra. And actually this is the fatah on munkarun. So this an will change dhamma to a kasra. So an, and then you read together without pronouncing the alif. Anil, okay, more, little bit more. When you pronounce these together, alif is not pronounced, so alif has a little swad on it. Now you have a sukoon here and a sukoon there. Jazam you cannot pronounce. So we modify this word and change this to a kasra. So it becomes anil munkari. That's what the word is in the Quran. Wanha and forbid. Anil munkari, from the wrong thing. So command to do the right thing and forbid from doing the wrong thing. Okay? So that is the second thing. Then he is saying after that, wasbir. So root letters are swad, ba, and ra. Sabara means to have patience. Again, do the same thing, make a command of this one. So when you make of the command, first thing you have to do, last letter you have to put the sukoon on it. Okay? Combine these and put an alif in the beginning, just like if al, is bir. In this case, ba carries kasra. Isbir. Isbir, I'm telling you, be patient. It's a command. It's a hukum. It's an order. Isbir, that's the word in the Quran. When you combine with the waw, you do not pronounce this alif here. It becomes hamzatul wasl. So the combination is wasbir, and have patience, and be patient. Wasbir ala ma asabaka. So let's look at that thing. The root letters is Swad, Vav and Ba. These are the root letters. These are three letters. Fa'ala. We are going to make a bigger word by adding an alif in the beginning, just like we did before. This will become alif, Swad, Vav and Ba. This, when you say af'ala, the sound of waw becomes alif sound. So aswaba. This is the word. The meaning of these four letters is to befall. The word musibat is from the same root letters. Something which befalls, something which strikes you is a musibat. So aswaba means something befalls, something strikes you. So aswaba. So if I write down together as aswaba with these harakat, the meaning of that, it something, third person, befell, fell upon you. Okay? It befell. Aswaba. Now, mim alif ma means whatever. So this ma will replace this it, and the meaning will be ma aswaba, whatever befalls, whatever strikes, whatever hits. Then you put the letter kaf after that with a fatha, that means you. So ma aswabaka, whatever befalls, whatever strikes you, whatever hits you. He is saying wasbir, be patient on whatever is going to happen to you when you do the amr bil maruf and nahi anil munkar. So that is so far. Then he says to give him some courage. Luqman is telling his son, inna dhalika min azmil umur. The word inna means definitely, surely. Dhalika is that. That means all these things he just mentioned. He says definitely this thing is what? Min azmil umur. So just translate them. Ain, za and mim are the root letters. The noun is azmun. Azmun means firmness, determination. Ulul azm. Azm is also used in Arabic, Urdu and Farsi, everywhere. Azm is something which gives you a determination, firmness. Okay. Amr means matter. Amrun means matter or affair. You make a plural of that. Plural is umurun. Umurun. Umurun is the plural and the meaning is matters or affairs. Then you put al before that. It becomes the matters or the affairs, and al will remove one pesh or one dhamma. Okay. So now you have a word al umuro and you have a word amrun. Okay. So we combine these two by putting an off in between. So it becomes the matters, the firmness in the matter. Whatever affair is that, you have to stand firm in that one. You have to be strong. You have to be determined, otherwise you will not be able to do all those things. So he is encouraging them that this activity which I just told you is a matter of firmness, determination. So when you do put off in between these two, one dhamma goes from here, it becomes amru, and this mudaf mudaf ilayh will become kasra. And when you read them together, actually not this one, but in azmun. So this was azmun. So here one dhamma goes, so it becomes azmu and al-umuri. When you read together, azmul umuri, but there is a min which is harf jar before that. Min will change this to a kasra. So now the tajweed will be min azmil umur. These three words together mean in a matter of firmness, determination. He's saying in this is a matter or affair of firmness. Min azmil umur. So he is explaining that. Then he is telling that there are certain things that are behavior of mankind. If you show good behavior, then you will be accepted in the society. First thing is that wala tusa'ir haddaka linnas. In this ayat, there are words of telling not to do. So let me tell you one thing. I just wrote down that if I put a alif in the beginning and pronounce if al, last letter is sukoon, this is a command which means do. Which means I am telling you to do something, it is if al. But on the other hand, if I want to tell you don't do something, the word for that is lam, alif, la, but we keep a ta in the beginning and it becomes la taf'al. Do not do. So if I order you to do something, it is if al. If I order you not to do something, that is called la taf'al. So to forbid someone, we add a la in the beginning and we keep a ta in the beginning. So la taf'al. So remember, in the next ayat, Luqman is telling his son, don't do these things. In the previous ayat, he told him, do these things. But in the next ayat, he is saying, these are the things don't do. So you will see a la in the beginning and you see a ta in the beginning. So this is the pattern of not doing something, forbidding something. So first word is swad, ain and ra. Sa'ara. If I put a shadda on the middle letter, the meaning of this thing is that turn away. Turn yourself, okay, with arrogance, okay, with scorn. These are the root letters. I'm talking about root letters right now. The meaning of these three root letters with the middle letter shadda is, the meaning of these three is turning away with arrogance, okay. Now, if I put a la before that and a ta before that, this will become a command, do not turn away. So far. So you put a la in the beginning, lam alif, and you put a ta in the beginning, this ta here, and these three letters, swad with ain and ra. La, in this case, it's a four letters, so ta carries a dhamma. To sa'ir. Last letter has a sukoon. That means it's a command of not doing. So this is the word la tusa'ir. Wa means and. La tusa'ir. He's saying don't. This the meaning is not finished, but so far the turning in is scorn, turning away with hate in your mind. But after that, the Quran is using the word haddaka. So ha, dal and dal. Haddun is the noun And one of the meanings of this word is your cheek here. Okay? Khaddun. Combined with kaf, which means you. So this will become, when you combine them, one dhamma will go away, it will become khadduka. Khadduka means your cheek. Okay, your gal, your cheek. Khadduka. Now, this word is coming as a maf'ul or object of this thing. So whenever it happens, the last letter changes to a fataha. So this is what is in the Quran. La tusa'ir khaddaka. Do not turn your cheek away with scorn. This is a muhavra, this is an idiom. The exact idiom is in Urdu language also. With a gal phula ke baithoge ho. No, like that. So if you are sitting like that, means you are really showing your behavior of arrogance. Okay. In general, some people tell in the family, one family member tells the other family member, har waqt gaal phulaye rakhti ho tum apna. That means you are showing arrogance by your facial features to others. Khaddaka. Linnas means to the people. So he is advising that be polite, be kind, be humble. Do not show from your face all the time that you are arrogant person. Number one. Second thing he is telling, again, root letters are mim, sheen, and ya. The meaning of this is to walk. Okay. Now I want to make this command which says don't walk. Do not walk. So what I do, I put a la in the beginning and put a ta in there. La and mim, sheen, and ya. Last letter will have a sukoon on for the command. So la tam shi. La tam shi. Do not walk. Okay, now in the script, this kasra and this ya have the same sound. So I don't need to write this one. So the word became la tamshi, do not walk. Okay, that's what in the Quran. Wa means and. Then he's telling fil ardi, on the earth. Do not walk on the earth. What is the next word? Mim, ra, and ha. Okay. The noun, this means to be arrogant. Maraha means to be arrogant. Okay. The noun is marhun. Marahun, not marhun. Marahun. This means arrogance. Okay. This is coming as a maf'ul of la tamshi. So when something comes as a maf'ul or object, we keep coming across this rule. It becomes two fathas and we add an alif. So it becomes marahan. Wala tamshi marahan. Do not walk with arrogance. Fil ardi, on the earth. Which means your walking pattern, your walking style, your gait is a representative of your behavior. If you walk, your chest pulling out all the time, your head raised up, that's the walking with the arrogance. This shows that you are not a humble person. And that will push the people away from you. If you have to be with the people, you have to show your best behavior in walk and talk. Walk with humbleness and talk with humbleness. Okay? So, or behave with humbleness. So that is the second command. Then he's saying, Inna Allah la yuhibbu kulla mukhtalin fakhur. Inna Allah, inna means indeed, and the word is Allahu, but inna changes to Allah, to the nasab state. Inna Allah, indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The word hababa. Hababa means to love. Muhabbat and all those words are from the same thing. Okay. La yuhibbu, he does not love. Allah does not love, this is a simple word all the time. He does not love, or He does not like, or He does not appreciate. You can translate in multiple ways. Allah does not like. What does He not like? Kulla mukhtalin fakhur. Kul means anybody or all of them. Okay. Now there are two words here, kha, ya, and lam, and fa, kha, and ra. Fakhara, that is commonly used. Fakhr is someone who's pride. Someone has a pride. He has fakhr in himself. Okay. The word fakhur has the intensity of fakhr in it. Like ghafur. Ghafara, forgive, to forgive. Ghafur is the one who forgives a lot. Fakhara means to have some arrogance in you, some ghurur in you. And fakhur is a person who has lot of arrogance. And here there are multiple meanings in English. One is the boaster, who boasts all the time. I can do that, I can do that, I can do this, I can achieve that, out of just tongue talk. So that is the fakhur. Mukhtalun is the word, which is again from someone who brags a lot. So its root letters are here. If I put a meme in the beginning and pronounce mukhtal, mukhtalun is the first, the full word. That means someone who brags a lot, someone who boasts a lot, someone who does arrogance all the time. Those are the words are used for that. So the Luqman is saying Allah does not love those people who brag and he boasts all the time, who show the arrogance all the time. In the next ayat, again very simple way, waqsid fi mashyika. So root letters are qaf, swad, and dal. Qasada, it has multiple meanings, but one of the meaning is to be moderate, to be middle person. Okay, qasada. Qasada also means the intention and few other meanings, but here qasada means to be moderate, to be normal. Okay, so now we want to make the command be moderate. So what's the rule? We put a sukoon on the last letter. Okay, we put an alif in the beginning and pronounce as aqsid. Okay, and then when you put a waw in the beginning, which means and, you do not pronounce alif, it becomes hamzatul wasl, so it becomes waqsid, and be moderate. Okay, moderate in what? Fi means in. Okay, the word we just look at, that mim, sheen, and ya means to walk. Mim, sheen, and ya means to walk. The noun is mashyun. Mashyun means a gait, walking style. Okay, walk. This is a noun. Okay. Now, first thing you do is combine with the ka. Ka means you. When you combine them together, it will be walk of you or your walk. So mudaf mudafile, and when we do that, one dhamma or one pesh goes away. Mashyuka. Mashyuka means your walking style, your walking pattern. But before that is a harf-e-jar, fi. Harf-e-jar changes this dhamma to a kasra. So it becomes fi mashyika, that's the word in the Quran. In your walking, in your gait. Waqsid fi mashyika, be moderate, be humble in your walking style, in your walking pattern. Okay, so he's advising them. Second thing he's advising again, وَغْضُضْ مِنْ صَوْتِكَ. Now the word is here as a ghain, duad, duad. Ghadada. The meaning of this is to lower something. Ghain, duad, duad is means to lower. Okay? Make a command. The rule is that you put a sukoon on the last letter, you put an alif in the beginning. Okay? And so this will become ughudud. Middle letter has dhamma, so alif has a dhamma. Ughudud means lower. Make it low. It's a command, it's an order. Then you put a waw in the beginning. Waw will combine with the ghain, so do not pronounce this alif, becomes hamzatul wasl. Waghdud, that's the word in the Quran. Keep lower or keep lowness in sautika. Swad, waw and ta. This means the voice. Sautun is voice or sound. Your speech is your saut. Sautun. Okay? Combined with the ka. Ka means you. So it will become sautuka, your voice. Sautuka, your voice. Min is a harf-jar. Harf-jar will change sautuka to sautika. These are the words in the Quran. Min sautika. Waghdud, keep lowness. Min sautika, within your voice or in your voice. Which means do not shout, do not scream, do not have arrogance in your voice all the time or sometime, but be humble, be polite in your speech. When you converse with other people, show the politeness, keep it low. Okay? So this is the next advice. Now he is giving an example. He's saying, Inna ankaral aswati la sautul hamir. Let's understand those words. Inna means indeed, definitely, surely. Okay, now, noon, kaf and ra. We saw this word, nakara is used for something which is not liked. Inkar, munkar, nakir, negative word. Okay? If I put the word alif in the beginning, one way of making a superlative degree is adding an alif. For example, kabir is a word. When I take alif in the beginning, put an akbar, it becomes a superlative degree. Fadal, afdal is a superlative degree. Kasrat, aksar. So one way of making a superlative degree in Arabic is that you add an alif in the beginning. Okay? So if I put an alif in the beginning, I'm not making the grammar here. Okay? I'm just making a superlative degree, which is still a noun. So it becomes ankaru. Ankaru, afzalu, akbaru. The full word is akbaru. So this will become ankaru. The meaning of this word ankaru is very superlatively wrong, negative thing. Something which is not liked very much. Okay, that is the meaning of this word ankaru. Now, so this is one word. The other word we just noticed was sautun. Sautun means sound or voice or speech. Its plural is aswatun, sounds, speeches. So that is the plural. Aswatun. Then what you put? Al before that. Al means the. Al aswa. Al will remove one dhamma, so it become al aswatu. The voices. Okay? Al aswatu. Now you combine al aswatu with this other superlative noun ankaru. The word is ankaru. Ankaru means something which is harsh, something which is not liked very much. So you have one word ankaru, the other word is al-aswatu, sounds. When you combine them, putting an off in between, it becomes ankaru, and al-aswatu will change. This was so this will change to a kasra, so it becomes ankarul aswati, harshest of the voice. Okay, inna is the one which will change this last letter to fataha, just like inna allahu became inna allaha. So inna ankaral aswati, indeed the harshest of the sounds or the voices is what? La sautul hamir. Let's look at these words. Saut is the word, sautun is the word. Okay. Lam is a lam taqid, which means definitely, surely. The word is hamarun. Hamarun means donkey. One donkey is hamar. Its plural is hamirun, donkeys. So plural is hamirun, donkeys. Then you put al before that. So it becomes al-hamiro. Al removes one dhamma. Al-hamiro means the donkeys. The donkeys. Now you combine this with the south. Sautun and al-hamiro. So the meaning will be the voice of the donkeys. So when we combine by putting an off in between, these two dhammas will change to one. It becomes sautu. Last letter here on will change to kasra. That's the rule of combining mudaf mudafile by putting an off in between. So the final word becomes la is separate. La is bringing the emphasis in this statement. La sautul hamiri. When you stop, you say la sautul hamir, the sound of the donkeys. Ankaral aswat, the harshest of the voices. La sautul hamir is the sound of the donkeys. So he said, you want to speak yourself so people think that your voice is harsh as donkey's voice, or you want to waghdud fi sautika, keep your voice low, be polite in your speech, in your sounding, in your voices. That will bring people close to you. That the whole purpose is that make sure that if you are going to do the Amr bil Maruf, there are qualities for that. Qualities is that in your person, you have to show the humbleness. You don't have to show the arrogance. You don't have to walk with the arrogance on the earth. You do not have to keep yourself all the time uptight that you are angry man, angry person. Keep your voice low. When you go in with all these qualities, do the Amr bil Maruf, then people will have some effect on that. Otherwise, your Amr bil Maruf will not be the Amr bil Maruf. So, Alhamdulillah, these are very beautiful advices that Luqman is giving to his son, which eventually apply to all the people in the society. So, inshallah, with that, we will stop here. The ayats will continue, but the topic about Luqman has ended here. There are other ayats after this ayat number 19. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to understand the Quran and read it correctly, pronounce it correctly, and understand it correctly. Sadaqallahul Azim.